Although you can't think your way into change, you can feel your way into it. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever tried to think positively or use willpower to change a habit, only to end up back in the same pattern as you were before? Well, it's not because you're weak or undisciplined. It's actually just because you're human. Your subconscious mind and your nervous system are running the show 24/7. So it's actually around 95 to 97% of what we do is completely automatic. That's shaped by past experiences, emotions, and what the subconscious believes keeps us safe. So even when you think you're making a logical choice, it's your subconscious that's making the choice for you. So there was a study that had people consider a stressful or an uncomfortable memory. And in this study, the brain scan showed that the logical part of the brain, which is the prefrontal cortex, it activated briefly. But as they started to feel more emotionally charged, the brain shifted into the survival center. So this is what triggers the fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. That moment when the logic shuts down and reactivity takes over, that's your nervous system doing its job. It's replaying what the subconscious learned a long time ago. This is how we stay safe. So your body is simply acting out what the subconscious mind believes will keep you alive. That's why you can't think your way out of patterns. Your body has to feel safe enough to actually choose differently first. When you calm the body, you reopen access to the prefrontal cortex, your awareness, your logic, the new decision making becomes alive. That's when change actually becomes possible. So I also want to talk about this. Emotions aren't bad. They're really just information pointing towards what is safe, aligned, or in need of care. So here's the key. Your conscious mind, it cannot ever outwill or overpower your subconscious mind. That's why it's so crucial to reprogram it. If you want to truly experience change in your life, you can't simply decide to feel different, expect it to last, because the conscious mind does not control the script. To change the story, you have to rewire it and all the way down to the core. Most people, they're doing that part backwards. They're starting from the surface and trying to work down. But really, we have to excavate what was happening in the core and rewire it. So if you've been trying to force change with logic or discipline, stay with me because I'll show you a much easier way to work with your subconscious instead of fighting against it. That's why my passion is to blend trauma-informed coaching with attachment theory or attachment style awareness, helping clients understand how early emotional patterns still shape how they connect, protect, and show up today. I combine that with hypnotherapy, subconscious belief work, and parts work inspired by IFS, along with somatic EMDR, NLP, timeline therapy, to repattern the mind and the body together so that we can actually have lasting change. So after 30 years and over 120 certifications, I've learned that transformations happens at the pace of your nervous system, not the pressure of performance. So I've recently created the Self-Care Center in Venice, Florida. That's like a home base for this work. But while I continue to work virtually with clients all around the world, working with me feels grounded, relational, connected, really non-judgmental, and empowering. You'll gain emotional regulation, insight to attachment patterns. You'll gain stronger boundaries, a kinder, steadier inner voice that stays with you long after our sessions end. That's also why I chose to coach on Togething. It's not just another platform, it's a tool. It's a great tool for rewiring your mind because every time you log a win, celebrate a step, or notice your progress, you're creating new positive neural pathways. You're teaching your brain to look for what's working instead of what's missing. And this strengthens your self-validation, the ability to feel proud, to increase your confidence, to feel grounded and resourced within instead of chasing outside approval. That kind of self-recognition, it really does build confidence, sustainable motivation. Because when you have more confidence and more motivation, it's how you start doing things you've never done before, or continuing to do things even when they get tough. Because you'll finally feel safe enough and believe that you can, or you'll know you'll be okay even if you can't. That's what makes Togething so powerful. It helps you see yourself winning in real time, one action, one acknowledgement, one step on the right neural pathway at a time. It feels social without the noise. It's a space that's filled with goals and steps, but mutual support instead of competition or comparison. And I get to quietly track your progress, celebrate your effort, and gently nudge you along when you need it. You'll feel accompanied, not alone. Together, we keep your growth alive day to day. You don't have to heal or grow in isolation. Co-regulation and steady support makes it lighter. And I think the work is faster and feels a little bit more fun when you're doing it together. So if this speaks to you, please join my self-awareness community on Togething. Let's build momentum one calm, consistent step at a time. Use my link and I will meet you inside.